All right, good Friday afternoon, everybody. I don't know that I've ever been more excited for it to be Friday afternoon. Something about having Mondays off totally messes with the whole week, I feel like. So thank you guys so much. I apologize. This happens every time. I'm gonna try to pull it up on Facebook so I can see if we have any questions or anything coming in. Um, Thank you guys so much for joining us again this week. We are doing College Rodeo 101. I don't know what week it is. I've lost track. I've lost some marbles along the way. We just talked about this. Um, we have like T-minus 3 more days of school left for my 8-year-old, and I think we're both pretty excited about it. So today we have Gabe Burrows with, he is the rodeo coach at Dodge City Community College. And we're going to kick off. So again, at the end of the conversation, we'll talk about what's next on Bullfrog Creatives. And if y'all have any questions or you want to know something specific, then please write them in the chat and we will do our best to answer them. Gabe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no problem. Like I mentioned to you earlier, we may be kind of cutting back from 3 times a week just because summer is starting to take over a little bit. 2 o'clock gets right into the prime heat of the day, which is when my children want to get in the pool, which just got set up. So it's getting crazy here. Gabe, why don't you talk to me a little bit about where are y'all located?
Dodge City's located in southwest Kansas. We're just kind of, not too far from Colorado really, and not too far from Oklahoma. So we're just kind of centrally, we're in a really good spot as far as rodeoing goes in the, in the geography of the country. And
So what is the weather like there? Whoop, there you are. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I can hear you good. Okay. So
what's the weather like there, Gabe?
It's about 85 here today. I guess like in the colder months, like I would say October, I think the high was 73, the low was 43. November, I think the high was 59, low was 30. So it's kind of yeah, it's pretty mild really, the winter, and the summers don't get too hot. They get hot, but not too hot. So
okay, cool. So what is how big a community is that?
Dodge has actually got 27,000 people, I believe, that live there in the town of Dodge, and then in Ford County it's around 33,000 people, I believe. So
okay, so let's talk a little bit about the academic side of this. What types of degrees and academic backgrounds are some of the kids going into right now?
Well, as far as my kids go, there's some technical programs a lot of my kids are in, like welding and diesel, the ag programs, nursing, some that are just in, just regular business, but I believe there's around 60 educational programs we have there at Dodge. So it's kind of a wide array of things that you can pursue.
Well, and I would add too, as a community college, I think that, I attended a community college before I went to the University of Montana, and I was able to, I felt like it was a little bit easier transition from high school to college. The classes were a little bit smaller, but I was able to get kind of my general education, my general required classes. And then I was able to move up and take more specific ones. But so I assume that it's pretty broad and you're able to kind of hammer out those general classes and maybe walk away with an associate of applied science or whichever. But
Yeah.
it's I've always felt like it was a real easy transition, and not for everybody, but definitely a good option to consider.
It is. It's a really good, we have a lot of certificate
Mhm.
programs too, where you can get a certificate. And that's a good fit for some people that might not want to go get an associate's or even get a bachelor's. So,
Mhm.
but it's a great transitional thing because at Dodge, anyways, there are programs that are set up to help my students succeed to get their associates, and it's a little more one-on-one. I feel like
Mhm.
everybody kind of knows who you are, and they kind of pay attention to you and want to help you do good. So
Yeah, definitely. So, how about incoming freshmen? Does the school require, or do you require that they live on campus or in college housing, or what is that? I mean, can they live wherever? What's that look like for you guys?
yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's it's a policy of the school that any scholarships, like athletic scholarships, they go live in the dorms. And then, like, if they're from Ford County, then they're exempted from that. But um, it's a good deal because everything's right on campus. Um, the dorms are very nice, and it's just kind of all right there. So
Perfect. Let's see. So let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about the rodeo program. I know very little actually about your rodeo program, so please tell us as much as you can. And we'll ask questions where it fits.
yeah, so we have approximately we have 12 heated box stalls. We have 6 box stalls that are just it's in a barn, like without any heat or anything like that. And then we have about 33 covered stalls, like with
Oh,
runs.
nice.
hmm And they're right next to our practice facility, which is on campus. And yeah, we practice, Monday through Friday, and yeah, just practice all the events there. So
Perfect. So let's talk about the facility. You have a number of stalls. What does that look like for kids coming in? Do they have to pay to board their horses there?
well, if you're on a scholarship, I usually include that in the scholarship,
Okay.
that they're going to have X amount of horses, and we usually hammer that out during the scholarship process. Um, Now, if somebody was going to, try to walk on or something of that nature, then maybe, yeah, you have to charge them. But for the most part, if you're on the team and, you've got your rodeo horses there, then we include that. So.
Okay, perfect. And then how about rough stock or timed event cattle?
Yeah, so the rough stock cattle, I have a few guys around Dodge, and I've got different levels of bulls, and they usually bring those once or twice a week, and we buck bulls once or twice a week. And steers, we have team roping steers, bulldogging steers, calves. I try to have a mixture of cattle, so I don't know, you can prepare for different situations. So
That sounds good. And then I assume the same for breakaway cattle and then also for goats.
yes, ma'am. Yeah. So
Great. So let's talk about this fall. I know things are kind of different. It changed, I imagine, changed a lot of people's available scholarships because do you have kids that will be coming back or will they all be moving on?
yeah, I do. I have quite a few coming back. I do have some that are moving to universities, graduating. So yeah, I do have. Oh, I think I've got about 23 on my roster right now, around there. And if I the right person comes along, I might have some more money available for the right person. So
Sorry, my kids are
it's
getting a
okay.
little rambunctious downstairs. Um, so with that said, how many do you like to have on your team? I mean, are you at max capacity? Are you still looking for this fall?
Yeah, I would, I'm always looking for the right individual, you
Mhm.
know. For right now, my goal was around 25. And so that's, 25 of the right individuals. So yeah, I'm about there really, but like I said, if the right person was to get a hold
Mhm.
of me or I was to get a hold of them, I would have some money available for that. So
So can you talk a little bit more specifically, like, um, I think I have a good idea what it means when you say the right person, but what are you looking for? I mean, are you looking for somebody, the right student athlete that fits in your culture? Are you looking for competitiveness? I mean, what exactly do you look for to fit into your program?
yeah, so what I look for is somebody who really wants to learn, that's coachable, that has a really good attitude, and also has a lot of the basic foundation things. And the people that are watching this probably know that there's so much that goes into rodeo besides you know the
Hmm.
the things you see on the surface. There's so many things um, that go into it, and all those things you have to take into account. From horses to what kind of you know for me, grades are a big deal at
Hmm.
my school. What their academics are like, so it all kind of factors in.
Yeah, for sure. And I was going to say, we may have some people, excuse me, that are watching that may not be involved at the high school level or are not familiar with the college level, but this is a sport that you have to maintain your eligibility. You have to take, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to take a full course load and pass. You have to take up to 12 credits and pass 9. Is that
Yes,
correct?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, it's unlike some NCAA sports in that you may compete in college rodeo and you may also compete at the pro level. But it is similar in that you still have to be able to you still have to be able to keep your grades up and you have to maintain that eligibility. So I think that's something that um, maybe people don't understand about the sport is that it's not really it's more than just about the competition. Just like you said, it's something you're looking for in your kids is more some stuff that's outside the arena as much as it is in.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. If they don't have good grades, it's just like having a broken leg or,
Hmm.
something they can't rodeo if their grades are bad. So it's important to us.
That's right. Well, I have gone through all my questions. Gabe, is there anything that you would like people to know for sure about your program, if they're watching, or where they could go to maybe get more information?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I'd just like to thank you again for doing this and, bringing some awareness and another way to help college rodeo coaches and potential student athletes, kind of make that connection. And I really do appreciate that. And, it's good for rodeo. It's good for college rodeo. So really do appreciate that. Yeah, so you can go to our website, www.dc3.edu. They can email me. My email is gburrows um, at dc3.edu, and they can call me. My number is 580-461-3092. And yep, just keep calling or email until you find me, or I'll get back with you as soon as I can. So
That's perfect, Gabe. And that's one thing that we have consistently talked about. I would say almost every coach, don't sit back and wait for these colleges to contact you, especially in this environment. If you have an interest or a desire to attend a certain college, uh, get out there and make that phone call and let them know that you are interested. And if there was anything I would do different, that would definitely be it. I didn't really know where I was going or what I was doing, but I kind of sat back and waited for somebody to approach me. And yeah, don't do that. Don't do what I did. Um, be aggressive and be assertive, and get on the horn and get in your inbox and get some videos sent out there. There's lots of different things that you can do this day and age. Case in point, who knew that we would be doing these kind of interviews this time of year? But you got to change with the times. So get yourself out there and get yourself noticed. So we have a decent live viewing crowd today. I did actually share it on the Wyoming High School Rodeo page. So hopefully we'll get some questions and maybe send some kids your way. For those of you that are tuning in, thank you so much for watching us live. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box. If you are rewatching, also get your questions in the comment box. We will answer them the best that we can. We'll come back around to you if you're rewatching it. And also, I say this every time, if there's a college that you are interested in and you have not seen them on the broadcast, shoot me a message and I will do my best to reach out to them and try to get them on. I think it's great that we're able to get so much information out in a pretty succinct, quick amount of time. But, like I said, we'll probably be cutting down to once a week in July. Gosh, that's crazy. We're already talking about, in June. So next week we will have Brandon Edwards from Colorado Mesa. And then we have Christy Broderick from, this is the biggest mouthful, Southeastern Oklahoma State University. And then we will wrap it up with Shaylee, I can't even read my own handwriting, Shaylee Hance, I believe, from Dawson Community College. We're gonna head up to the Big Sky region for a little bit. And I'm pretty excited. June 8th, we're actually gonna go a little bit broader and talk about rodeo, talk about pro rodeo a little bit. And I'm sure we're gonna talk about a little college rodeo. We're gonna have Mr. Boyd Paul Hamish join us and just get a little kind of state of the rodeo business with Boyd on June 8th. So keep tuning in. We appreciate your support and your questions. Like I said, message me if you have any other questions, or reach out to these coaches. I know they would be happy to answer questions. We're always, I think as a whole, everyone in the industry is always looking for opportunities to share about the sport and kind of maybe educate a little bit. So reach out to us if you have questions. And until then, you guys have a great weekend.